Urban Ashram in Manila.
I love the Urban Ashram.
I love the Urban Ashram. I think the people are so wonderful. I love the students. There's so much enthusiasm here, and I think this is such a great time to be practicing yoga in Manila. And I think the Urban Ashram is a great community gathering place for the growing yoga community here.
Urban Ashram in Manila. I'm having a lovely time, and the thing that strikes me the most is the community. What I've seen so far in my first 3 days is whether it's the local students in this studio and the teachers, but also the students and teachers who are coming from other studios in Manila. There seems to be such a welcoming, kind of inclusive quality about the classes and the workshops that you don't always see when I travel. And sometimes you can tell this camp versus that camp versus this camp. And there really does seem to be a sense of a circle, an inclusive circle of a community. It's very sweet.
I love the Urban Ashram. I had a little bit of knowledge coming in here. I've had a number of friends who've taught here as well, so they gave me a little bit of a background. But I have to say, I travel around and teach at various studios in the US, and I've taught some workshops and that sort of thing. And you never quite know what to expect when you show up in terms of students' ability to incorporate your instructions, especially when you're from a completely different community. So I really didn't know what to expect, and I have to say that I was incredibly impressed with not just the students, but also all of the faculty and all of the owners of the studio. It's been an absolutely amazing experience. They're incredibly professional. They know their stuff. They work really hard to bring in really great teachers as well as expand their knowledge constantly. And the students are some of the most receptive students I've ever taught in my life. They have some of the most amazing alignment and pristine alignment I've ever seen thus far.
I love Urban Ashram Manila, and I love it more because you know, it came from such a sweet spot where everybody was really excited after teacher training, and you're all working off a lot of love, meaning that you love what you do, and there's such a great support group, so that's why the abundance is flowing.
I did not expect such a warm hospitality. It felt immediately congenial. And then starting a prenatal course for the first time in a country is always something of an adventure, because we structure our course as a journey which starts from conception to birth. And everybody, I found that the whole team was so receptive, and that we progressed from day to day very easily. I have been teaching for 6 days now, and I'm not at all tired, and I attribute this to the quality of the hosting that I received, not just because I'm in a very comfortable place to stay, but also because there were lots of little attentions every day, and it's not just to me but to everybody who was taking part in the course. We had guest visitors, we had pregnant ladies visiting, and I think the atmosphere that we were able to create was extended to everyone and shared, and contributed to creating an even more conducive atmosphere to learning and sharing this yoga. So thank you so much again for a wonderful introduction to a great country that I have just tipped my toes in and look forward to discover in much greater depth in the future.
I've taught trainings all over the world, and Taiwan used to be the #1 friendliest destination, but now they're a very, very distant #2 because of my visit here. Where in other countries I've sort of been greeted sometimes with a lot of politeness. Here it's not just that, it's an actual warmth that, you know, as trite as it may seem, is really, really impressive.
I've had a great reception from the students. I think everybody's really happy to be here, to have such a beautiful space to practice in. And I think, the teaching community here is really strong and supportive of each other. And I think that student base is just going to continue to grow because they can feel the love that's been put into this place.